Yeah, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope your trading week is going on great. If you can hear me and the audio is good, kindly put it in the chat so I can know if everything is okay. We will soon be starting with the idea for today. If you can see, it says the blueprint or the road to profitable trading. So let me know in the chat if everything is okay. Yeah, and also let me know where you are chatting from, which country. All right, Donald Lewis says it's good, beautiful. At least that is okay for me to know that everything is good. Thank you, Donald. And also, where are you chatting from? Just put your country, okay, or your city, and then Adeniji Waliu Adewale says you are welcome, sir. Yes, thank you. Yeah, let the chat come. Let the chat come. Also, I would like to know where you're chatting from, which part of the world am I reaching you at? Okay, Mitchell says Port Harcourt. Yeah, Port Harcourt is a beautiful city in Nigeria. Erod 216 says Rhode Island. Adeniji says from Nigeria. Saki, Oyo State. Okay, Oyo State. I've been to Oyo State, Ibadan. Nice, beautiful city. Okay, now let's go into the business of the day. I will come back to the chat later on to see your question. If you have any question, or you have any pair that you would like me to go through, you can also put it in the chat, and if there's enough time, I will also look at it. Now, yesterday was CPI, I believe CPI with FOMC, and that took the dollar down. All right, so I'm going to start the analysis with this. Actually, I took a trade on gold yesterday before the FOMC because I anticipated the bullish buyers. Okay, I'm going to show you the reason for that, why I took that trade before the FOMC. You know, a lot of people will tell you FOMC is dangerous, don't trade during the news, don't do this. But with the way I trade and my strategy, I trade anytime. Once I see my setup, I only use the news to gauge my risk, because the spread, that is the difference between the bid and the ask price, will be bigger. So I only make adjustment for risk. But in terms of the direction and price respecting my levels, at least most of the time I get it, let me say 80% of the time during news hours. So let's look at the strength of the US dollar, then we'll look at currency pairs, other asset classes, because the reason why I'm doing this is to give you a blueprint that will guide you in understanding where market is heading to. Because a lot of people struggle in forex trading because they don't understand the direction. They get confused. Is the market bullish? Is the market bearish? Okay, before you can think of you taking a trade, okay, before you can think of taking a trade, you first of all need to understand the direction of the market, and that's where a lot of people get it wrong. Okay, when you use market structure, even within the same market structure, you can see two directional bias playing out. Okay, maybe on the monthly is bearish, on the weekly is bullish, on the daily is bearish. Which one should you follow? In my VIP, I've addressed this issue with my members, and I've told them what to be doing. When you have higher time frames, daily, weekly, and monthly, giving you different bias, which one should you follow? That we addressed some time back, and I will keep re-emphasizing on that going forward within the membership. Okay, because here at Raba Fx, we detect or detect our directional bias with the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame. Okay, and the best part, the most beautiful part, is when monthly is telling me buy, weekly is telling me buy, and the daily is telling me buy. When this happens, that's where you see all this strong push to the upside, and that is where the impulse leg is created. Okay, the impulse leg or the expansion leg is created once the trade time frame tells you buy or sell at the same time. But when one is telling you buy, the other is telling you sell, and this one is telling you sell, you may have something like this, a consolidation, or a simple what? Retracement. Price simply want to retrace because the higher time frame is bullish. Let's say monthly is telling you to sell, then the daily and the weekly might be telling you to buy. That simply makes the market what? Retrace until it meets the higher time frame direction, then everything move exactly the same, just like this, for example. Okay, you have this, the weekly time frame, for example. Now this pullback, yeah, now the weekly is bullish, but the pullback might be daily. Are you seeing the daily time frame disagrees with the weekly time frame? So when this happens, that is where you see the pullback. But when both of them agrees now, weekly bullish, daily bullish, then you see expansion leg coming in. All right, so these are many others are what we explore at Raba Fx. So without wasting time, let's jump into the analysis. Now on the monthly time frame, this is the level I'm looking at. I have a monthly opening price. Okay, so we have price moving from this particular level. Last month, November, we have a close below this opening price. Okay, this candle, this is an indication that we might continue this bearish move downwards. Okay, what happened? Price push up, came back into this level, tap into this, and then push. So we have two resistance on the monthly time frame. Okay, two resistance on the monthly time frame, and price is respecting that resistance beautifully. All right, so now we know that the price has moved from here. Can we conclude that the market is bearish? Okay, these are the things we go through in our VIP group with the members. A rejection alone or a close below alone is not enough. Okay, this is not enough. So now if the market is going bearish, this is the roadblock here. This might be the potential end of this bearish move. However, if it closes below, we continue going lower. In that case, now we don't have any support, fresh support. Okay, by fresh, I simply means price has not rejected of it. Okay, Like this level here is fresh because price hasn't touched that level. So the next fresh is simply here. Okay, so things like this I just put in on my chart. There's a rule for a second touch. Okay, there are rules for second touch, but for now let me just make it as simple as possible. All right, now when you see this rejection, you simply go to lower time frame. Now the monthly is telling us go low. Now the weekly, as you can see, the weekly have been bearish. Okay, the weekly has been bearish right from this point, and we have been breaking below opening prices. Now let me change this to the weekly chart line. I have a weekly line a thicker black line. Okay, just for me to understand. Now you can see, what are we doing? We are breaking below support. We are breaking below support. We are breaking below support. So this simply tells us that we are still bearish. Price came back up. Did we tap into this? Yes, we tap into this. Now this movement here is in line with the monthly resistance. So this gives confidence, powerful confidence, that the price should continue going lower. Okay, so let me just give you some hint. When you have the weekly and the monthly at the same price level, look at another one here. This was formerly support, broken, become resistance. So price tap into this. I don't think price got to the upper one. Okay, so this alone is confidence, telling us that that level is strong. So one can continue selling from here. Okay, now there's something that happens there. When price got to this point here, after while going down, price got to this point, went up, broke above this resistance, but what happened? It failed to pass through this. Now the reason why this level is not that strong. Okay, those in my VIP, they know why. We have the monthly here and we have this level. Okay, the reason why that level is not that strong, but I want to give you a blueprint for the week, the remaining of the week, or entering next week. Also the setup you should be looking for. Where do you want to engage in price before you click your buy or your sell? Where do you want price to get to? Okay, these are the plans that you must have. So the same thing, the same set of rules will also make me not to be that interested in this level here. So I'm expecting price to continue pushing lower, tap in here, and probably into this level. Okay, and so I know some of you will be saying, Raba is not using market structure. Yes, for the opening price I don't need to look at market structure, because the opening price will tell me that the market is bearish. It will tell me that the market is bullish. All I need to do is to find my setup and then pull the trigger, and I've been doing this for so many months. Okay, so I have confidence in it. So right now, if this week we have a close below this, then we are heading back here. So what might happen is that in case you are not in any of this trade, maybe after the market closes, you may expect price to give what, a retest and then push down. Okay, when you operate using the opening price strategy with liquidity concept, okay, liquidity, I hope I can spell well, liquidity concept. Okay, when you combine this is a powerful force. When you combine this in the VIP we use the liquidity concept for most of our entry, okay, or let me say some of our entry, not most of them. All right, so why I'm showing you this alongside with SMC knowledge is to turn you into a successful forex trader. Number one, you need to be patient with this strategy. It will teach you patience, because if price don't get to the opening price, do not pull the trigger. Okay, do not pull the trigger. That is patience. If you miss a move, you simply wait. The problem where most newbie traders lose money, or those losing traders, is because they are not patient. They feel the market will move without them. The fear of missing out. FOMO. They FOMO in. Oh, it's moving. Let's continue selling since it's coming here. Raba said it's coming here, so let's keep selling. No, it doesn't work that way. The best entry is here. Second best, it will be somewhere here in the lower time frame. Then that is all. If you miss it, wait for another best entry. Okay, wait for another best entry. All right, so from here I can now go to the daily and then look for setup. Okay, now FOMC, let me just talk a little bit about the interest rate. You see, before December, okay, like 6 months ago, analysts were projecting that the Fed might increase their rate further. Okay, that was around July or thereabout. They were projecting that the Fed will what? Increase hike interest rate. All right, but what happened yesterday was that the interest rate remains the same, which simply speak of what? Dovish stance of what on the Federal Reserve, and that's why market moved down. When I get to gold, I will show you why I took that trade before the news releases. All right, so in this case now, the way things stands, the dollar may, if you look at the fundamental aspect, the dollar may continue moving down. That is why if you look at the opening price, we are expecting price to come down here, which might be in line with this current fundamental sentiment or current sentiment in the market. Okay, once it gets here, we might get a retracement upward. So on the daily now, where can you join in this trade? 1 minute. One thing I don't like, analyzing on this page, because I don't know if Oanda, I like analyzing on Oanda just because of these jumps, gaps happening. I don't really like it. Okay, but with the DXY, I don't know how to locate Oanda. If you understand, or if you know how to locate Oanda on TradingView with DXY, if they actually have, please let me know in the chat. What is the ticker? Is it DXY or is it US dollar index or something? What is the ticker? So that next time I use that for my analysis. Okay, so in this case here, the opening price was supposed to be here. All right, whenever there's a gap, do not use this opening price, because this is a false price. Okay, this is false because market jumped to this point. The opening price should have started alongside with the what? Closing price. Okay, so whenever there's a gap, use the closing price. All right, so today if we have a close below this, okay, then you have an opportunity to come in for a trade on the retest. Okay, on the retest, and you can refine it down to what? The 4 hour. Find it down to the 4 hour for a precise entry somewhere around there. Okay, let me just use this entire zone. Yeah, somewhere in here for the trade. If you are to take any trade, yesterday was the best time to sell. From here, price came in here. Okay, this was the best time, and we have a fresh level here as well. Okay, so now we don't have the best time, so you have to simply wait. I'll be doing this daily. Tomorrow I should come up same time, London session. Okay, same time, London session. So we are going to, one of these days we are going to catch a live trade, that is sure. For those that here in the VIP, they know about it. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. DXY for me is still bearish, look bearish. So from there, let's look at some of the dollar pairs. USDCAD. I also took a short trade before the news on USDCAD. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the higher time frame. What are we expecting? So what happened is that market monthly, we broke below this. These are the recent price action. After market went up, okay, we were bullish kind of, all right, because there's one thing I like saying, this movement down on the monthly happened for no reason. All right, you can argue that yes, it was because it took inducement, I mean liquidity, and using smart money to sell. Fine, beautiful. But using the opening price, it happened for no reason, because there was no rejection of any opening price. All right, so this push down must have happened in the lower time frame. If we go to lower time frame, we might see a rejection from an opening price. All right, so now before now we had a close below, a retest of this. Okay, this can signal that we want to go lower, but before this sell, we took a buy and then a sell, was a buy and a sell. I remember having a live session with the VIP. We took a buy. I will show you the buy, and then I'll also show you the sell that I took. That wasn't on the live session. I just checked my phone and I saw the setup. Now on the weekly, okay, well, if this market closes below this level, okay, closes like this, then we should be expecting price to trade towards this level. That is how simple it is. Okay, nothing special. That's how simple it is. Okay, so remember, there are best levels. You could have taken the best price to have taken the trade. Okay, I used to have a best price and the second best price. Once I don't take trade around these prices, I will simply sit out of the trade, because if I FOMO in, most times it doesn't look good. So I'm teaching you not to FOMO. Take your entry at the opening price level, whatever strategy you want to use within the opening price. That is your best price to take the trade. Okay, so USDCAD also, we have been what? Bearish. You can see we rejected off this opening price and then we moved sharply. And also this line, yeah, I can say I drew this line long before. So we have been bearish. In this case here, I was anticipating a bullish push. I was anticipating a bullish push after rejecting from this, because there are ways you anticipate. Instead of you to wait for it to play out, I can take an educative guess that price might push up. Okay, those kind of trades are very risky and tricky. If you are not savvy enough, you will get burnt. Okay, so there are different ways I approach the market though. Now let's take a closer look on this level. So remember the best price and the second best price. Right now market has already fly, because if you look at the FOMC, we have a very huge candle on the 4 hours. So at the point we might get a retracement, and that is when you start hunting for a bearish move to the downside. Okay, that is the hint number one, because at the point price will retrace. Okay, so right now we are still bearish on this. There's no form of setup. I don't think price will just move up to this level now, but instead a break and retest on this may surface, or this one up here. Let me put like this, may surface. That is if tomorrow we have a strong close below this. Is an indication that we will continue going lower. So from next week you may decide to look for bearish setup once we have a push up into any of this region, and then you continue selling. Okay, now the daily, you can see this rejection here was what I was looking at, and then there are ways for me to confirm, which only the VIP student knows. Okay, I won't explain that here. If you want to join my VIP, use the link in the description. And also I did an SMC course October, November. If you want to have a hold on it, also check my website Raba Fx. You are going to see the SMC course. You can consume it. Okay, so in this case now, as I said, you don't need to FOMO in for a sell, no, because the best time to trade this was around here. Price moved down, close below this opening price. It didn't give us a retest. That is how strong the negative news is. All right, it didn't give us a retest, and then price just open and then continue going lower. Okay, so these are not times for you to jump in. Instead, I will be looking at this is not even strong. Maybe if any of this liquidity gets taken, we might find a way to create a fresh support for a push up. Then that will be the retracement. Now, I said something that the monthly went down for no reason, but if you look at the weekly time frame, you can see that it rejected off this opening price. Okay, you can see this is the opening price. It rejected off that and went low. But on the monthly, I said it happened for no reason because I didn't see any opening price. Okay, this rejected off this on the monthly. Okay, this was the move. But sometimes when you see market just retracing for no reason, if you go to a lower time frame, you will see that it reacted from an opening price, fresh opening price. Okay, I know someone will say, oh, it took liquidity on the month, and for me this is the reason. Yeah, and it created a bearish story to the downside. All right, and the story still continues, though we have obstacles here and there that push price up, and those are simply retracement. There was a time we took a buy, sometime, was it October or thereabout? We were strong buy in this particular pair till we got here, and I told them to take off the trade. To be honest, I never thought price would come to this point because I hardly look at the USDCAD. Okay, but this was a beautiful setup, and we should continue going lower at least till we get to this point. So at least you can join in on the retest. Okay, always wait for price to get to your opening price. For example, if this market closes like this, wait for it to come to the opening price above. Look for your setup, because there are also rules to let you know if this level will be respected or price wants to go higher. Okay, and also with the way I trade, I hardly use the discount and premium level because I don't want to call the tops. I've seen so many occasions. For example, here in this case, someone will say price didn't get to area of premium. It went up to the opening price and then sold from there. Okay, you continue selling until the direction changes. Okay, now this level on the weekly is still strong level for us. Okay, we may see a push up. That is why I said don't rush and start selling. We have going to the Forex Factory. We have news coming up today. Okay, especially the ECB press conference. That is for the Euro USD. Then we have the dollar news, core retail sales. We have the retail sales may create volatility in the market, so price may just spike up just to tap into a particular price level and then continue the bearish direction. So one has to be careful. When you want to get to trading greatness, you don't need to FOMO. Learn to tame your emotions. The market is always there for you. The market will be there even after 5 years. When you come back, the market will be there. So why are you rushing? Do not rush. Be patient. Wait for price to get to your level before you take the trade. So this move, this news releases here, we have a higher impact on the US dollar. And also you can see this pounds news, bank rate, they're expected to hold the rate and so on. So in case you are trading pounds USD, which we are going to analyze as well, you are trading pounds USD, you have to be careful around this time. So in this case, I won't jump into the trade before the news release because price is in the middle of nowhere. Okay, unlike yesterday, which I will show to you once I get to gold. All right, so let me see the comment if I have any comment. We have here Joseph. Alex is chatting from Ondo State. Kumalo, hello Kumalo, say hi Mr. Raba, I'm from South Africa. Okay, how is South Africa? I believe it's good. Joseph says he's from Nigeria. Fred, it seems there is network problem. I don't like this kind of message. Let me know if you can still hear me. If you can still hear me, let me know so that I can be sure that everything is going on well. Okay, then Donald Louis says use the indicator, no gap candles. Okay, no gap. Okay, thank you. I will take a look at that maybe in our next live stream. I will use that. Your connection has been out for 5 minutes now. I don't know. Please confirm that. If I'm still live, let me know. But on my end here, it appears everything is okay. Everything is okay on my end. Okay, now I would like you to let me know the pairs you want me to take a look at. Okay, so please, if you can hear me again, Donald Luis, let me know, because I think everything is still okay. Everything is still okay. All right, let's go back to the chart, and then I continue the analysis. So on the daily, I'll simply wait, okay, for this day to close, and then on the 4 hour, after the ECB news, probably might give us a push up, and then we re-enter for a sell. So let's look at gold. Let me quickly go to gold. This is the trade I took just before the ECB, and it was around this level. It was around this monthly level, because I noticed that we have the monthly level here. This pair, okay, this asset class, which is gold, has been bullish on the monthly from here. Okay, you can see the rejection of this opening price. That is the key. Price pushed up. Now the problem with this was that when price took out liquidity, it decided to what? Come back down. And some people probably they think it will start moving lower. All right, but the thing is, it's not about you knowing if price will move lower or higher. It's simply for you to know that if price is pushing up, try to get in the locate a way to sell. Now on the monthly, as you can see, for no reason, because there is no resistance on this asset class, because this created an all-time high. Okay, we have an all-time high in here. So but I know I know that price rejected from here, and again what is giving me a bullish bias is also a close above this last resistance. We closed above it. To come back down to this point, I was ready for an anticipation trade. Let me take off this. Now let's go to the weekly. Maybe I'll do a separate video on the breakdown. Okay, now if we go to the weekly, the monthly and the weekly are very close together there. So this was why I decided to take the trade before FOMC, because this support is very strong. This is a support on the monthly and the weekly time frame. These are not one candle formed on weekly or monthly candles requires huge volume of money. So for price to break this easily, it won't be an easy task. Okay, also when I went to the daily, I also saw a daily level just around that point. So I simply placed my trade there. I held the trade for like a day before the FOMC. This is the FOMC day, and price pushed up. Now what I'm simply waiting for is to see if I'll get a close above this. If that happens, I have a swing trade on my hands and I'll keep holding. But if price move up and come back down, then there will be a fresh resistance here, and that might be reason for trade to come down. Okay, so both time frames, market came down for no reason, but on the daily the push continued after a touch on this. Okay, so I am bullish on gold. That is my stance. That is my direction. So for you to take a trade, I just want a close above this. Okay, so any pull back down, I can enter at the best trade. Okay, any of these can be my best price. All right, this and this can be my best price to continue. All right, so that is that on gold. Maybe I'll do a separate video on this breakdown, trade breakdowns I took on any of these pairs, so on and so forth. So let's look at pounds, because we have news coming up. I have to close all of this. Now, if you have been watching me on this channel, I was expecting price I was expecting price that is on my own human feeling, because that sometimes don't use your human feeling to trade. Normally, based on human feeling, I was expecting price to get in here. If it closes below, will be what? Bearish. Watch my live stream weekly analysis. I spoke about it. A close below this opening price will send us down to this level and to this level. But what happened? Market came in, rejected of this opening price here, and then the bullish story resumed. Now we are at a support, very critical support level, and as so far price has not even traded above, apart from sometime this month, and it's trading back down. Okay, so on the monthly we are still heavily bullish. No, let me see. No, not bullish, not heavily bullish. On the monthly, the market is technically bearish until price change. All right, technically bearish, and this is one of the key level. If this level gives way, then we push higher. But in the lower time frame, we are bullish. Okay, but the monthly is still technically what? Technically bearish. So let's go to the weekly. What happened here is that price created a fresh level. You have to be concerned about this level, this opening price in here. Okay, now why I don't really pay much attention to this is because we have a touch here already, and whenever there is a touch, it makes that level less strong. All right, so looking at this level now, and you can see price didn't get to this weekly level, so our push up here should have come from what? The daily. On the monthly, you can see price didn't tap into any opening price. Instead, we close below this, close, and right now price is trading above it. So price is not respecting any opening price on the weekly. So let's go to the daily. Then on the daily, you